Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. The fate of the GST bill, a crucial reform bill, hangs in the balance as the Congress disrupts Parliament yet again over the National Herald case today. Firstly, is the charge of vendetta by them valid? And we're also asking a bigger question tonight. Does the Rajya Sabha in particular need reform so that bills are passed more quickly? That's what Lok Sabha MP Jay Panda has suggested, and now he's facing a privilege notice from several Rajya Sabha MPs. Well, joining us on the program tonight to debate all of that, we've got Jay Panda himself, the man in the eye of the storm, KC Tyagi, Member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha from the JDU and one of the MPs who has signed that privilege notice against Jay. Sudhanshu Trivedi, spokesperson of the BJP, joins us tonight. Also with us, Congress sympathizer, supporter and someone who formerly worked with the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, Shehzad Poonawala, and Aarti Jairath, also here in the studio with us tonight. But let me first ask you, Sudhanshu Trivedi, about what is happening currently in Parliament. Is there a genuine fear now within the government and the BJP that the GST is not going to happen because of this unprecedented stalling of the House that we're seeing?
Actually, GST is a very important bill which is going to bring a sea change in the economic future of India. But somehow it is getting stalled. If you give the present situation a reason for it, then what was there in the previous session? So in every session or in every other situation, Congress party is getting one reason or the other to stop these type of important bills. As far as this particular National Herald case is concerned, the process was initiated by the lower court and some observation has come from High Court. If at all something was done by a government agency, then their fear or apprehensions could have some substantive base. But if something is going on in the court, how can they be held responsible for the government? And the process started in the month of January 2013, when their government was there in power. And Subramaniam Swamy was not the part of BJP at the time. He joined BJP in August 2013 and Modi ji was not even declared prime ministerial candidate. How they can blame BJP? Why they have not reacted on that at that time?
So you believe that the GST may not happen as a result now of all
this?
It
is up to the opposition party. The problem with the Congress party is that they have not yet realized to behave like a responsible opposition party, because they most of the time remain in power, and that too in like a dynastic autocratic rule in which whatever their leadership has said should be considered as a gospel truth. So if they do not realize the maturity of an opposition party, these type of problems will persist.
So KC Tyagi ji, let me ask you, what is the JDU stand on what is firstly happening in Parliament since yesterday? We have seen the TMC coming out in support of the Congress and calling this vindictive vendetta politics. Tyagi ji, JDU का क्या stand है ये National Herald case को लेकर? क्या JDU मानती है ये vendetta है, ये vindictive politics है, और क्या जो कांग्रेस कर रही है अभी पार्लियामेंट में क्या वो सही है? क्योंकि ये तो कोर्ट का फैसला है।
जेडीयू जीएसटी लागू करने के पक्ष में है। मैं उसकी सिलेक्ट कमेटी का मेंबर हूं। बिहार के हमारे मुख्यमंत्री कह चुके हैं इससे बिहार के रेवेन्यू बढ़ेंगे, नंबर 1। तो ये आरोप भी गलत है कि विरोधी दल इसको रोकना चाहते हैं। जो अरविंद सुब्रमण्यम साहब की रिपोर्ट आई है, जो इनके इकोनॉमिक एडवाइजर हैं, हम उससे 100% सहमत हैं। जो भाषा भारतीय जनता पार्टी के मंत्री और प्रवक्ताओं की है वो प्रोवोकेटिव लैंग्वेज है। सदन जब चल रहा हो तो पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर मिनिस्टर्स और मंत्री मर्यादा के तहत बात करते हैं, ना कि विपक्षी दलों को चुनौती देते नजर आते हैं। हम पिछली बार भी जब कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार थी वो भी इस तरह का जब व्यवहार करते थे, लेकिन कुछ लोग ऐसे होते थे जो बीच बचाव की भाषा का इस्तेमाल करते थे। पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर मिनिस्टर, कई मंत्री और हमारे मित्र भी जो भाषा बोल रहे हैं वो पॉलिटिकल डिबेट की भाषा हो सकती है, वो संसद चलाने की भाषा नहीं हो सकती। और जहां तक कोर्ट का मामला है तो कोर्ट अपना काम करेगा, लेकिन इसकी एवज में आप बड़ी किसी पार्टी के विपक्ष के बड़े नेता के वो चरित्र हनन का औजार इस्तेमाल करने लगे तो उनको बुरा लगेगा, और उस पर भी फिर आप और दुनिया भर के इल्जाम लगा करके ऐसा माहौल बना दें कि उस पार्टी के सामने इसके अलावा कोई रास्ता ना हो। तो इससे बचने का प्रयास करना चाहिए। मेरा भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं को, पार्लियामेंट्री अफेयर मिनिस्टर को सुझाव है कि बैठ करके इसका हल निकाला जाना चाहिए। और एज ए महागठबंधन पार्टी we support the stand of Congress party.
Jay Panda, weigh in on this debate because we're seeing these disruptions before we come to the debate that your piece has sparked off. Do you believe that the stalling of Parliament over this has been justified?
You know, the BJD doesn't believe in disturbing Parliament on a routine basis like this. Now, regarding the GST, the BJD has taken a very positive stand in terms of wanting that the GST must pass, but also we have acknowledged that some of the concerns raised, such as the 1% state tax must go, but that it shouldn't be put into the constitution. So my point is this: I think not just the GST, but very many other bills, for example, the Child Labour Act are held up, and I think it's very unfortunate. But we must recognize that it's not happening just for the first time. For the last 10 years, when the current government was in the opposition, they were doing it too. So I think they're getting some revenge back from many members of the opposition today. But I think that's unfortunate. I think we should let bygones be bygones and move on because the country is suffering.
No, so Shehzad, does the Congress not need to then behave as a mature opposition? This is a matter that's in court.
That's right. So let me first say that the Bharatiya Janata Party should never ever consider becoming hostage negotiators, because if they do, God willing, all the hostages will be shot dead by the terrorists. I'll tell you why. Every night they come on your show or they go elsewhere and they call no less than Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi all kinds of names. Right now, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, for whom I have great personal respect, is saying that the Congress is a petulant party which is not mature. They say Congress Mukt Bharat, then they attempt to make an opposition Mukt Bharat.
You call Modi names, you call Amit Shah names, so...
Listen,
that's politics.
The party in power, when we were in power, I remember, we didn't go around calling the Bharatiya Janata Party and telling them, listen, हम आपको भारत से भेज देंगे कहीं और, अंडमान निकोबार हम भेज देंगे China, and then started negotiating with them on key policy issues. We gave them the respect of being a legitimate opposition party, which they do not do. And you cannot discount that necessity in a parliamentary system, because you have to reach out to the opposition and get things through. And this is not what I am saying. This is what Mr. Jaitley has said in the floor of the House, standing up and eloquently saying that it is the job of the ruling party to run parliament.
Having said that, the National Herald case is a court ruling. So why not just appear before court and let the case play out as per the rule of law?
As far as I think the issue is concerned, is the general atmosphere. Now you can see the Veerbhadra Singh case, the Robert Vadra case, that's not in court, that's in an inquiry commission, but the Chief Minister of Haryana has predicted in 6 months that Mr. Vadra will be in jail. You take the Sachin Pilot case, you take cases after cases against Mamata Banerjee, therefore the TMC has spoken up. Congress Mukt Bharat was a very good slogan in 2014, but once you came to power, to translate that into opposition Mukt Bharat, and you think that parliament is not going to be used as a platform, as you did use it to kind of get your points of view across, is ridiculous. And if they still want to pass the GST, they must first start giving the respect to the political opposition that a democracy deserves.
But how can the Congress Aarti protest against a court ruling? I still don't understand. If they wanted to stall Parliament, they should have done it first when those petitions were filed and then cried conspiracy. How can you do it now when there is a very scathing High Court judgment that has come out on this? There is a court case underway. It looks foolish, doesn't it, to cry vendetta at this point?
No, I think...
And to stall Parliament over it.
No, absolutely. And, I mean, listen, you cannot disrupt Parliament, and Parliament should not be disrupted. I think that's the bottom line. But at the same time, I think we can understand what the Congress is trying to do. It wants to milk this issue and, sort of for all the emotion and sentiment that they can get out of it. That's what they're trying to do. What the government really needs to do is it needs to outflank the Congress. And unfortunately, it has not been able to do that either in the last session or in this session. It has to work the fault lines within the opposition and try and carry all the smaller parties with it. I mean, Rahul Gandhi has embarked on a full non-cooperation movement against this government. And I don't think he ever had any intention of letting the GST go through. I think the National Herald case has just come in useful for them to milk it. And, many politicians, Indira Gandhi being the most remarkable, who scripted their revival using this, thing of politics of vendetta, or, sort of the politics of victimhood, which is what the Gandhis are trying to do today. So the Congress, what the BJP needs to do is to tackle it politically.
Can I ask Aarti a question? A quick question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Aarti, for years and years, the BJP went on about Bofors. What did the Delhi High Court eventually say about Rajiv Gandhi's involvement in Bofors? They gave him a clean sheet. And you're saying Rahul Gandhi has gone on this mission, non-cooperation.
He has.
You should know that Venkaiah Naidu got up and said in Parliament that the budget session actually did a business of 116%. And 48 bills were passed. KC Tyagi is a member of the House. He'll tell you this.
Yeah,
No, but my point is, Sudhanshu Trivedi, before I come to Jay Panda's suggestions on reform, that, you know, is there a need for the government to find a way to break the opposition ranks here? I know the Samajwadi Party is not supporting the Congress on this, but the TMC is, the JDU is. So, you know, are key opposition parties, particularly in the Rajya Sabha, in a sense, rallying around the Congress on this?
Government is trying sincerely to reach out to opposition, which is very much clear from the gesture which the Prime Minister has shown in the beginning of this session. And on this issue of national importance, each and every political party has some responsibility, as what was reflecting from Mr. KC Tyagi's statement, that they want the GST bill to be passed. It is the political vendetta of the Congress party that they do not want to get it passed. They want to do the politics on the cost of the development of this country. And they selectively choose the thing. For example, our friend was saying that we want Congress Mukt Bharat. No, the Congress Mukt Bharat was not the concept of 2014. It was 1947 when Mahatma Gandhi has said that Congress should be dismantled. Second thing, on the issue of court verdict on Bofors and other things, whatever it is said.
Sudhanshuji, historical debates are good.
On
You
that
should also
aspect,
remember
you have
what they
tried
said about
several
RSS.
times, but all the times you lost in court. So stop blaming RSS, because Congress government lost against RSS in court in 49, 75, 1993. So they should stop saying anything. You have grilled with political vendetta to then Chief Minister.
Why did
and present
Mr.
Prime
Modi
Minister
remember
Narendra
Sonia
Modi,
Gandhi after
but
Bihar
still,
loss? Before
despite
Bihar loss,
court
why did he
judgment
not
in
call
his
them for a
favor,
chai
you
pe
keep
charcha?
on harping on the same issue.
After Bihar, everything changes.
Leave apart that.
Let's get down to the
I just
substance
want
of
to
what
say
we want
one
to talk
thing.
about. And
If somebody wants to say political vendetta, just two things they should remember. The Baroda dynamite case against George Fernandez, KC Tyagi will be remembering, and the St. Kitts case. This is their mindset of political vendetta, conspiracy and others, so which they are perceiving in court judgment also.
So do you apologize for Bofors? Sudhanshuji, apologize for Bofors. Let's open a new chapter. Say that we were wrong on pursuing the Gandhi family and particularly Rajiv, especially when he got a clean sheet by Delhi High Court.
I don't want to
say
go
it and end the topic. Let's give the Congress a new opportunity.
One second. Let's not go into history about various
Mr.
cases
Sudhanshu
of
is
perceived
quoting
political
history.
when I know. So
I
let's try.
will answer it. First, you give an assurance on the behalf of the Congress party that they will not put anything from RSS to disputed structure to Modi ji, because there are series of.
They have given you their position on GST.
openly
Why don't you
say-
resolve that? You don't resolve the position on GST.
Well, the
You're not
Congress is
doing
the one disrupting the
constitutional
House
cap.
now. That's the point. There are just a few days left. Now,
So
Jay
resolve
Panda, let's
that
come to
issue.
1 second. Jay, now you made in a very, in a different context, seeing the way the Rajya Sabha is structured today and the fact that the government is on a weak wicket there. You wrote this article basically saying that there must be reforms that must reduce the Rajya Sabha's power to block the popular mandate, and you gave examples from other countries. If you could very briefly explain why you think this is important and what you think needs to change.
Two or three quick things, Nidhi. First of all, I have been writing on the subject of parliamentary reforms, including Rajya Sabha reforms, for many years now. Even when the UPA was in government and the BJP was in opposition, and we used to have this same stalemate. So my writing has nothing to do with the current predicament of this government. I have been consistently writing about this. The second thing is, I have served 2 terms in the Rajya Sabha. I have great respect for it. I want to clarify that there's been some misquotes. I have never said that the Rajya Sabha is unelected or that it is tyranny of the unelected. That's somebody else's comments. But I have pointed out that most democracies are moving away from this 19th century set of rules under which our current Rajya Sabha is working. And the other countries' examples that I have given, they're all moving towards one of 2 options. That either you have an upper house that is indirectly elected, like our Rajya Sabha, which does not have a veto. It has the ability to slow down legislation so that you don't make hasty laws. For example, in the House of Lords, you can slow it down for a maximum of 1 year. And the other alternative is to have a directly elected upper house, like the US Senate has, which does have the veto power, so there is no question of reducing its powers. I have cited these examples and said because of the stalemate we have been facing, not now, but for 10 years, we should now have a national discussion on this issue.
Okay, and Tyagi ji, let me come to you. You are one of the MPs from the Rajya Sabha who's actually very angry with Jay Panda, and you've signed on to a privilege notice against him. Tyagi ji, इसमें privilege notice की क्या जरूरत थी? आप तो मतलब debate तो कर सकते हैं हम कि क्या राज्य सभा में reform चाहिए कि नहीं?
जय पांडा मेरे अच्छे दोस्त हैं, निजी तौर पे हमें इनके खिलाफ कुछ हमारे मन में नहीं है। इनकी पार्टी जो बीजेडी है उसी का मैं बयान आपको सुनाता हूं कि इट इज हिज पर्सनल व्यू डज नॉट रिफ्लेक्ट द स्टैंड ऑफ बीजेडी, इट इज ए फेडरल डेमोक्रेटिक सेटअप, सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ राज्यसभा इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इनकी पार्टी खुद इनके विचारों को रिजेक्ट कर चुकी है। ये कहां निधि जी शुरू हुआ है जब अरुण जेटली जी फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए थे लैंड एक्विजिशन एक्ट को बार बार ला करके पास कराने में। चूंकि ये एंटी किसान था, ये सारे देश की पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज ने माना इंक्लूडिंग बीजेडी, तब उन्होंने इसकी सिग्निफिकेंस के खिलाफ एक बयान दिया और उसी से प्रभावित होकर के मेरे मित्र जय पांडे जी ने कहा, एक तो इन्होंने कहा कि ये हल्ला मचाते हैं, मैं हिंदी में बता रहा हूं, इन्होंने अंग्रेजी में कहा, तो हल्ला तो हम जो है रूलिंग पार्टी की मनमानी खिलाफ मचाते हैं। सेंटर स्टेट रिलेशन जो फैक्ट स्ट्रक्चर है उसको बिगाड़ने की कोशिश में करते हैं। महत्वपूर्ण विधेयक में संशोधन के लिए होता है। और अब जो ये कह रहे हैं, ये इन्होंने खुद ही ये कहा है कि इसकी ये जो पब्लिक, ये जो राज्यसभा है ये लीगली इलेक्टेड लोगों का हाउस नहीं है, हालांकि हमको भी एमएलए ही चुन करके भेजते हैं। और जो पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम में रिफॉर्म्स की बात है, फिर पार्लियामेंट की भी क्या जरूरत है? फिर तो किंगशिप जो है फ्यूडल लॉर्ड को किसी को बैठा दी है, राजा महाराजाओं का राज यहां ही था। हमारे पुरखों ने आजादी की लड़ाई लड़के पार्लियामेंट बनाई, राज्यसभा बनाई। आज आप राज्यसभा की पावर कम कर रहे हैं, कल लोकसभा की करेंगे।
जय पांडा, त्यागी जी, अभी तक जो आपने बोला, जय उस पे कुछ जवाब देना चाहते हैं? यस जय।
Quick clarification. You know, in the article, I very clearly specified that these were my personal opinions. They have not been discussed in my party, so obviously it does not represent my party's views. It doesn't represent many parties' views. We should discuss it. That's my point. And you know, I don't think Tyagi has even bothered to read my article. A lot of people are responding only on the headlines. I just now clarified that nowhere have I said that the Rajya Sabha should be disbanded. Nowhere have I said the Rajya Sabha should be disbanded.
Jay, can I just say one thing to you? Parliament, both houses, have just completed a 2-day debate on the Constitution, right? Or to mark Constitution Day. And your points were not picked up by anybody during the course of the debates in both houses. I mean, clearly, there are no takers for your suggestion.
So you seem to be
he seems to be a lone voice.
Are you
he
a lone
seems to be a lone voice in Parliament.
Can I just ask Sudhanshu Trivedi what the BJP thinks of this? Sudhanshu Trivedi, do you think what Jay Panda has suggested should at least be discussed and debated, or do you think it's a non-starter?
Actually, the concept of Rajya Sabha was to bring those people who are learned, talented, having some vision, and do not want to come or cannot easily come from the electoral politics.
No, that's not the
it
point.
is called upper house.
That's not the
so
point.
they should understand the responsibility of the upper house.
But
It's
why-
called the
responsibility
Council
is
of
larger.
States, Sudhanshu
What
ji.
happened in the last
Sudhanshu
several
ji,
years?
it's called the Council of States. Please correct yourself.
Nidhi,
That's why I am saying
Council of States,
One
it
second, let him
represents the
finish, let him
states.
from the time of 50s and 60s, a very high educated, learned, visionary people used to come to Rajya Sabha. What happened in the last several years, I am not speaking against certain parties, but certain smaller parties have started sending those people to Rajya Sabha to use as a bulwark. So what happened? Some parties, because it's a fractured mandate always in the Rajya Sabha since the last 2 decades, so parties have started using their strength in order to settle their political scores. For example, a party which is of Uttar Pradesh, I think like any party, I'm not naming any party, cannot have any interest in Sri Lanka issue. But they can pull their strings on any of this issue on the parliament. So in my opinion, parties should behave more responsible, then these type of questions will not arise at all.
केसी त्यागी जी, बट त्यागी जी मेरा सवाल सिर्फ ये है कि प्रिविलेज नोटिस की क्या जरूरत थी? क्योंकि जय पांडा का कहना है कि दिस इज एन इंटॉलरेंस, डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ इंटॉलरेंस दैट इज शोन टुवर्ड्स हिम। ठीक है, उन्होंने उनका ये विचार है, उन्होंने उसके बारे में लिखा, लेकिन फिर प्रिविलेज नोटिस की क्या जरूरत है?
Jaya Panda ji is intolerant to Rajya Sabha's authority. I am intolerant to his statement. लेकिन मैं राज्यसभा का एमपी होने के नाते हमारे हाउस के अधिकार कम हो, एज ए राज्यसभा एमपी मुझको भी और मेरे मित्रों को भी अपनी बात कहने का अधिकार है। ये कोई पर्सनल एनिमिटी नहीं है इनके खिलाफ। ही इज ए वेरी गुड होस्ट आल्सो, अच्छा खाना भी खिलाते हैं कई बार। लेकिन मेरा ये कहना है कि राज्यसभा की ऑथोरिटी को अंडर एस्टिमेट करने का जो इनका प्रयास है, मैं उसके खिलाफ हूं।
नहीं, लेकिन
निधि जी,
निधि can I quickly
और प्रॉब्लम जो ज्यादा अराइज हो रही है,
नहीं, एक
the reason is the main party Congress for the first time in the entire history is having more MPs in Rajya Sabha than in Lok Sabha.
No, so Jay wants to come in on that point. Yes, apart from the nice food you apparently serve.
Since Aarti referred to the Constituent Assembly debate referred to in the Constitution Day, I must say something here. Let us recall what Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, the first Vice President and Chairman of the Rajya Sabha said. He said that the Rajya Sabha has to justify itself to the people of India by the quality of its deliberative content, which today is not happening. Let me also refer to what H.V. Kamath said in the Constituent Assembly. He said that the Constituent Assembly is in no way superior to future parliaments, and future parliaments have the ability to change the constitution as per the norms laid down. So it is not some kind of blasphemy for me to propose that we have a discussion. And there is enormous support among millions of Indians out there. You can sense it. But, there are people who are trying to send out a biased message. Aarti, for instance, has written an article today that I'm writing this to support the current government, totally ignoring that I have been writing many such articles when the UPA was in government.
Tyagi ji wants to come in. Tyagi ji, debate mein kya problem hai?
I quote Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to call either of these houses as upper house or as a lower house is not correct. Neither house, but by itself, each house has full authority to regulate its own procedure within the limit of the constitution. Neither house by itself constitute parliament. It is the two houses together that are the parliament of India. और मेरे मित्र जो पंडा जी हैं वो इसके एक हाउस के अधिकार कम हो जाएं, ऐसा ये कहना चाहते हैं। चूंकि इनकी मर्जी के बिल पास नहीं हो रहे हैं तो किसी बिल का विरोध नहीं है। जो रियल सेक्टर का है उसको किसी ने विरोध नहीं किया, 49% का विरोध नहीं किया, जीएसटी का विरोध नहीं किया, और हमारी पार्टी ने भी और बीजेडी ने भी, जिसके आप मेंबर हैं, दोनों ने लैंड एक्विजिशन एक्ट जो बीजेपी के द्वारा लाया गया है उसका विरोध किया। फिर आप कैसे आप कहते हैं?
Shehzad, last quick comments from everybody. Shehzad.
See, first of all, I think what Jay Panda is talking about are ideas whose times are yet to come. So definitely, I disagree with most of his ideas, and I'll give you the premise for it, but I don't think he should have been issued a privilege notice. Now, here's where I disagree principally with Jay Panda. The examples that he quotes in his article of Italy and of England, both are situations where they are unitary systems, which can't be compared with the quasi-federal structure of India. Secondly, the UK legislation in our country,
given the American example too.
He's given the American example, but the problem with the American example is that the Senate actually confirms many appointments. So, contrary to veto power, Senate in fact has veto power on many issues that the government faces a challenge
because
on.
Directly
so they have to get the ambassador.
That's what I'm suggesting.
And one more thing, let me just ask Jay Panda this question, that today if you are, see what has happened is unfortunately we've clubbed Jay Panda's oppositions or his ideas with Jaitley's ideas. Jaitley's ideas are totally ridiculous. According to Jaitley, tomorrow the court may actually impose some power controls over executive action, so then he will say that they are the tyranny of the unelected, do away with the court. See, Jaitley has actually said something which is a completely unconstitutional position. Jay Panda's position is much more nuanced. It can happen 100 years from now, but today it cannot happen. It cannot happen.
You are a great visionary, Jay Panda.
I think he has written an idea that 100 years from now, left,
okay, let me give Jay Panda and KC Tyagi the last word on this. Jay, first to you.
So, Shehzad very conveniently skipped over the American example. It does, the Senate has the power because it is directly elected, and that was the other alternative I had suggested, that if the Rajya Sabha becomes directly elected, it will be more representative of the states in the Council of the States, and then it should have continue to have all these powers.
How many years of American independence did it take? Tell me that.
It happened after 120 years of American independence, and we have already had 70 years of independence. I think it's high time we should discuss it. Now, the other point is, Tyagi ji keeps on refuting things I have not said. I have clarified many times, and he keeps on refuting something different altogether. Last word, even today, as we discuss this, Australia and Canada are discussing similar changes so that they should not have deadlocks between the two houses. We cannot afford to have another 100 years of deadlock.
Australia is again a unitary system, Jay. You're comparing unitary systems with quasi-federal ones.
Trivedi, last comment.
It's not. Australia is not a unitary system.
I'm on the last
Australia is not a unitary system. You're mistaken.
Sudhanshu ji.
Again, I would like to say this is not the question of constitutionality, it is the question of morality. Because even in this case, the chief ministers and prime ministers are also indirectly elected. If direct and indirect question arises,
even your finance
and so many
minister
prime
suggesting
ministers
do away with Rajya Sabha is
became
indirectly
prime minister,
elected.
how everybody knows. And the persons like Madhu Koda became chief minister. And if you're talking about the America, not only the Senate and the Congress, but the president is also directly elected. So we have opted the other constitutional system, so in which the question of direct or indirect elected again is not the constitutional and technical aspect.
Sudhanshu, you're not the first government. You're not the first government with this predicament. Why don't you just say this, that we lack in political management, therefore we want such
The entire problem arises because for the first time Congress is having 44 members in Lok Sabha and 74 members in Rajya Sabha.
Nidhi, very wise people sat down and framed our constitution. This issue was discussed threadbare in the Constituent Assembly, and the Constituent Assembly came to the decision that to reflect the truly federal nature of our constitution, we need a bicameral system with the Rajya Sabha having equal powers. The Rajya Sabha is not an upper house, it is not a House of Lords, it is a council of states. It represents the state legislatures in parliament.
But ideas can also evolve. I mean, you know,
it's part of the structure, and it can't be done away with just like that.
It is,
can't be done away with stealth.
त्यागी जी, मेरा आखिरी सवाल आपसे ये है कि क्या मैं आपको फिर से ये पूछना चाहती हूँ. You can disagree with Jay Panda, but क्या privilege notice कुछ ज्यादा नहीं हो गया?
That's true.
ये इनका अगला सेंटेंस में पढ़ के सुनाता हूँ और जो ऑब्जेक्शन
आपने प्रिविलेज नोटिस के बारे में बताया त्यागी जी, उसकी क्या जरूरत थी?
That was uncalled for.
देखिए, प्रिविलेज मूव करना मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट का एक अधिकार है जो हमको रूल और रेगुलेशन बुक के तहत मिला हुआ है. जब हम प्रिविलेज मूव किया तो ये कोई मेरा अकेले का नहीं है. जब जेटली जी ने पहले बोला था उस दिन भी हमारे हाउस में बहस हुई थी और पांडा जी रहे राज्यसभा में. लोकसभा के जो स्पीकर हैं उसके ज्यादा अधिकार हैं, राज्यसभा के जो चेयरमैन है, जो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है, हायरार्की में नंबर 2 हैं, उनके कम अधिकार हैं. जितने पार्लियामेंट्री डेलीगेशन जाते हैं सब लोकसभा की स्पीकर तय करती है, राज्यसभा के चेयरमैन तय नहीं करते. सदन के अंदर जो किस पार्टी को कौन सा ऑफिस अलॉट होगा ये लोकसभा की अध्यक्ष तय करते हैं, राज्यसभा के चेयरमैन तय नहीं करते. तो हमें कई बार राज्यसभा का मेंबर, मैं तो लोकसभा में भी रहा हूं, मैं और ये दोनों लोकसभा में भी रहे, राज्यसभा में भी रहे हैं. तो इनका ये कहना है कि हम लोकसभा के जो पॉपुलरली इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट है, तो पॉपुलरली इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट ने तो पंडा जी और मेरे दोस्त बैठे हैं बीजेपी वाले, उन्होंने तो इमरजेंसी भी लगाई थी. तो 75 की इमरजेंसी ठीक थी क्या? तो ऐसे हम मानते हैं कि ये लैंड एक्विजिशन एक्ट गलत है और तो हमने आपका कोई रिफॉर्म नहीं होगा ना.
मैं समझ रही हूँ आप क्या कह रहे हैं. इट्स अ बैटल अबाउट चेक्स एंड बैलेंसेस, मगर आई थिंक द इशू आल्सो वाज कि क्या हम एक can there at least be a debate on this, because there is a lot of legislation that is being stalled, and is it something that can at least be discussed? Thank you very much to all of you for joining us tonight for at least some constructive discussion on that. Thanks very much.